And last 2 minutes brought to you by PS Bank. Apply for an auto loan online. 13-point advantage for UST. What were the good things that the Growling Tigers did today after suffering 2 huge losses against Ateneo and LaSalle?
Well, apart from the obvious, which is 3-point shooting, Eric, in the first half especially, they just dominated rebounding. Especially on the offensive end, just too many second chances being given up just like that. Being given up by UE in that first half, leading to easy shots for UST. Great ball movement for UST as well. They have 19 assists overall. They're plus 10 in that department against UE. And they just played much more fluid basketball throughout this ball game here at the Mall of Asia Arena.
May sama-sama together, halo-halong laughter, joke, Oktoberfest. Ang comedy festival na tanggal amat snood na sa October 18, 7 p.m. sa Music Museum kung saan laughter is the best pulutan. Now, going to UE, aside from the obvious, which is the lack of 3-point shooting, what's been missing from them? After winning against FEU, they have been, embarrassed sort of by UST in this game.
I think rebound was really critical for UE in that first half. They just gave up too many offensive rebounds. And though they did a better job here in the second half, their defense was not able to close out well against UST shooter consistently enough in this game.
Well, final 143. And UE with a full court press. Cancino breaking it easily. Cancino unable to finish. But Huang again, and this is, we've been talking about this endlessly, the offensive rebounding of UST.
Well, nakakaumay na pag-usapan yung offensive rebounding, Eric, but I'm sure that's something Coach Joe Silva will key on this week in the practice of UE, because that's really, for me, the biggest reason, not the outside shooting, it's been that rebounding. That's been the biggest reason why UST will win this game this afternoon against the Red Warriors.
Take a look at a Milo Nutriap Galing drive of the quarter. One of the few bright moments for Jason Varela, who's really struggled today. And we mentioned how key Varela was in their last game, that win against FEU. Varela with 17 points on 5 out of 8 from beyond the arc. But today he's been shooting blanks.
Just 9 points this afternoon for Jason Varela. 4 out of 14 from the field, including 1 out of 7 from beyond the arc. Just not the kind of offensive production that Coach Joe Silva wanted from his best wing player, Jason Varela.
And Connor stepping out of bounds will turn it over. That's been the story. Aside from, again, a lack of defensive rebounding, cold shooting from outside for UE.
Well, UE hasn't actually turned the ball over too much here. Only 12 turnovers for UE, which is significantly below their average. But again, their rebounding has been terrible. Their perimeter defense has been terrible. And those two things are the biggest reasons for UST was looking so good this afternoon and looking well on their way to their second win. And if UST goes on to get their second win here, it'll put them in a prime spot to challenge for the top four teams in the team standings. NU is at 1-4. If UST goes on to it, and they will, at 2-4, they're going to be right there behind UP in the team standings, Eric.
There's a timeout here by Coach Silva. His team down 80-63 with exactly 1:03 left in the quarter. You're looking at is Gigi Camus, part of the board of managing directors of the UAAP. Now, obviously, pleasantly happy with the performance of her team. UST looks like they're in a good position to win this game against UE, and that also puts Coach Aldinayo in a happy place because, well, in a happier place. He said he was in a happy place already because of the pressure is different from when he was with LaSalle than when he is with UST now. And he says despite the last 2 losses, he feels much better in this position. And obviously with a win here, I'm gonna put a smile on his face, that's for sure.
For sure, and you know, Eric, what you love about this impending win of UST is it could be a rallying point for their season. It could be the start of a big run in the next few games for UST. As we take a look at after this game, I think their next opponent, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be UP to close out the first round. So they have a pretty good, they're in a pretty good spot right now. Maybe end the first round in a very strong note.
And that's what hurts if you're UE, because you could have been in that position as Manalang knocks in a shot. They could have been in that position right behind UP and fighting for a position in the Final Four.
That's true, and it will not get any easier for UE, Eric, because after this game against UST, they will be going up against NU. Close out their first round, and definitely that's going to be a tougher matchup for the Red Warriors.
Both these teams with 1 win, 4 losses, but obviously UST will advance and UE will fall. There's a timeout here by Coach Silva with 9.8 seconds remaining, and they're down 80-66. Final 9.8 seconds, and UST safely on top by 14, 80-66 against UE. Fans enjoying their time here at the Mall of Asia Arena, our venue today for your Saturday doubleheader. And again, a split ticket situation. That's why our first game starting at 12 noon, and our second game will kick off at 4 o'clock. Manila finally getting it into Antiporda. UE obviously will have the final say here. They can keep it together and not turn it over. They do have the final shot.